Now again, if you're a video subscriber and you go back to when we built the Typhoon, you know, we really enjoyed this project. This ship has a Sato 91 for power, and it was one of the original Zetron ships. We have throttle control. There was an article in Fly In Models explaining it, and we've helped many people also enjoy the Zetron way of controlling throttles, Zambelli, Klepsik, just to name a few. Anyway, what I thought was significant about this plane, not only that it has a carbon fiber body, carbon fiber fuel tank, among other things, and a Zetron throttle control, it was really the first plane to fly in the United States Nationals on the Walker Fly-Off, and the first plane to use a Sato 91 ever. So, because I like to innovate and I like to be a little bit on the cutting edge, and I like to have the memory of it, I'm going to just splice in one of the flights from the Walker Fly-Off, the year we flew in the top 5 with the Typhoon. Notice the landing where it taxis in under throttle control. It was the first one to ever do that with a Zetron. And this was a lot of fun. And very soon this plane will join our Spitfire Museum when we renovate. We actually have to make it bigger. And this was one of the projects that I'm glad we have video on every step of. The inking, the painting. There's the Zetron right there. The removable cockpit. It's a take-apart airplane. It's got a lot of nice ink work on it. But the best thing for me was to make it into the top 5. That was one of my proudest accomplishments. And one of the things I'm sure years from now, I'll be glad I have the video of. So take a few minutes, share one of these flights, and then we're going to get back to the Brodak Fly In. The Typhoon.
Typhoon, 91 4-stroke.
that year that we flew to Typhoon and worked on that Z-Tron, I was so happy to see that so many people have enjoyed it, gone on to use it on a regular basis in our club, and actually all over the world. We've even sold a couple of them in England. And I just think that was just one of the fun years, one of the years it's going to be hard to replace. The Typhoon, and now, and we even flew it at Brodak's too. What am I talking about? Back to the action at Brodak's.
The Third Monkey Theft Retrieval System. Because sometimes getting your car back is simply not enough. Another revolutionary idea. You'll only find at Suburban Auto Group, an improvement from the Department of Agriculture.
Back to the action at Brodak's, where you can buy your monkey trunk theft retrieval system. Back. Probably in there. Tom Morris is here with his equipment for sale. Food is already being served. The women are already keeping score. Paul Winter's already going up the top of the hill in about a half an hour. He's going to fly his, the $8,000 paint job is going to be flown.
Take this duct tape off the hinge.
When you get back tonight, we'll do it on video. Get the real tape, we'll get a heat gun.
Whatchamacallit, Kent says he's got everything.
Kent's got everything we need.
I got tape too, I brought it.
The real tape.
You get some foam and lay that on the table.
Well, I gotta go, I just brought this in here in case Louis decided to work on it. Well, you feel the controls, it's like they're rubbery. Well, so what happens is you give it an input.
And you
give it an input like up, and then all of a sudden it goes wham.
Yeah, no, that's...
So you decided to put duct tape on it. Whose big idea was it?
What kind?
Was it your brainy idea to put duct tape?
It wasn't duct tape.
And so here we have the rest of the happy contestants waiting to see. It looks like some clouds are rolling in here, Woody. Hey! Watch the dog. Watch out, don't run over the dog. Good dog. You can run Trantham over, but don't run the dog over. Hey! Hey! Who are we? As Woody goes down the hill, up the hill, down the hill. You can see the picnic area here. John, there's a barbecue pit. Yeah, we may be using that later this week. We're going to get some briquettes or whatever you need. Yeah, that was fine. Mine was okay. Fun locking Lampione in the bathroom. He didn't think it was that fun. Okay, that's... Red Bull. This thing needs shocks, Woody. I need shocks. All right, look, he's got a crowd.
Look at him.
Yeah, sneak up on him. Oh, he's signing autographs or something here. Boy, he's let success go to his head. Look at this.
What's he got for...
Wait, let's see him. Let's see if he can start it. Hold on.
Oh, he's got a bump. What's he got for power in that thing?
Look at this. He makes his girlfriend get all greasy. There's 100 modelers here.
He's got a four-stroke.
Yeah. He's winding it up. It's rubber powered.
Go straight back, Scott. Just watch the rig. Go left. You're right.
Yellow tape, post, and a hammer. Profile beginner's
only because the float in the tanks vibrates, pick up in the tank vibrating.
What kind of venting are you using?
Just one up, one down, and one at the back. Sweet? Is that sweet or what?
Kent will let me know how it flies.
No, he won't. I'm not letting him anywhere near it.
He'll be impartial.
I saw what you did with your Miss Ashley.
Oh, come on, we're waiting, Paul.
Windy's wing over.
On video. My own video. Looks great, Paul.
Every editing was...
You've even got Midgley jealous. That's the test by which all gaudy paint jobs are judged.
Well, does anybody here object to him cutting? Because I want to see it fly.
Yeah, and if they do, too bad.
Give it a couple of minutes.
Come on, the guy drove all the way from England in a Volkswagen. Let him fly.
The love bug.
The love bug. Paul, this is you ever hear in America the 15 minutes of fame? You got 8 minutes of fame.
How long these take last?
Watch the battery go dead on takeoff.
They're fiberglass.
What's the purpose of not tapering it?
Roy Cherry in England, who did a tip, comes up with a theory that if your flap's dead straight, as you lift it up into the airflow, you disturb the air over the top. So you get instant control. There's not that delay as the air flows over the taper. And he makes it work.
Paul, you got everybody in Pennsylvania waiting to fly. This better not be a crappy flight.
I'm a bit nervous of it, come on.
Well, we're not helping you. You'll be fine. The plane looks great. You've got Midgley actually jealous. Jealous.
That's killer.
That's killer, man.
That's
So far, you're the star of the show. You got it, man.
That is really sweet.
I think it's great. And you can't say you copied Les McDonald or something, or Billy Woolridge.
I'll search
Yeah. What I really would like to see later though is when you take it apart, how it comes apart.
It comes quite easily.
Yeah. The wingtip idea is great.
You thank more
I think that's great.
Thank Mr. Cherry.
Well, you guys never share any of this stuff. You just keep it all bottled up in England. You know, share, Paul. Make some tapes, take some pics. You got a camera. What are you give me this nonsense for?
That is an amazing job.
The P-51, actually, the real actual plane that flamed out, as it came round and flamed out, someone got a photo of it, but it actually did strip all the paint and all the covering off the wing to leave the bare metal underneath and the rivets.
Wow.
No, it was just a P-51 that was just flying. It had a mauve front, and then someone copied it and did it on an extra 340 that I've got pictures of.
That's really
And I took it one step further.
Did you see the picture of the real plane?
I don't know where
Oh, show the picture of the real plane.
it's
in the bus.
It looks very cool. What you ought to do is put that picture on your toolbox.
Yeah, that's my toolbox. That's all I could bring with me.
So you should get Gail a shirt with that picture on the back.
Watch behind you, Paul.
Yes, I see.
That is amazing.
So how does it feel to be famous?
You should know.
You know, Kerry's looking for a running mate. That's the one we're going to use, too. Will's taking pictures already. All right, who's up? What do they do, mark in a circle?
No, he's got that little GB. He's been out there 50.
Oh, okay. Well, you're... Paul, look,
Where's the list?
you're not going to run out of time, don't worry. You got the audience of the century here, don't worry.
Who's out there now, Windy? The tall guy.
That should be on a cover, Will. That's a good cover shot. You gotta show that to Tom Morris.
Bottom, or both.
Yeah, one of these. How many more you got to go before it's your turn?
I don't know, I'm scrubbing them out one by one.
You're scrubbing them out. They may scrub you out. You better watch it.
Okay, and then
Oh, you're next up, bud.
Hey,
Everybody's waiting.
no one's waiting.
There's handle, Kent. As soon as he starts the motor.
Fuel in it.
Are y'all know? Oh, okay. Go after them.
No.
Don't fuel up. You got a guy in front of you.
He's a bag, you know.
Oh, yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
I've got fuel in the tank still. You don't know how much, then drain it out.
and it fell right into place to me. I mean,
We're going to wait our turn here as Paul gets ready to fuel up for his 15 minutes of glory. Actually, we will congratulate him. That is a beautiful job. And hope he will seriously take some pictures, take some video, some DVD, something that he can share with us. We're always willing to see new artwork, and that certainly is a piece of artwork.
the profiles are sitting over there. Right over there. They're still open right there. You take the lines up with you on the lines up there. Because you're going to have to roll it back out. Yeah. Right. Before we fly in.
Let's move off because beginner profiles haven't even started yet.
All right, sir. I don't have mine. Where is it? Huh? You have
Yeah. Nice cockpit.
Thank you.
You want to turn over? Can you flip it? See the cow on that? Cockpit looks great. Still got the Stuka?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's in the car.
Hey, watch your line. Don't pull on your lines. Let's see. Nice. Very nice.
Got little eyelets there so I can get into the rough there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is nice. Nice details.
Removable wheel pants.
Yep. You need with the way these Dave Brown wheels wear out.
Oh, yeah.
On the bomber, they wear out in about 10 flights. You got to replace. Yeah. Nothing prettier than an I-beamer, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's the first
Brings
one.
back a lot of memories. Great I-beam memories.
Yeah, it's the first one I've ever built.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this from a kid or from
This is
plans?
from Warranty Heart Plans.
Warren's plans, okay. Yeah. Yeah, they're like a version of it, 2 versions or 3 versions or whatever.
I even got Billy's to sign.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. That looks nice. Boy, the sun's shining right off it. Very nice. I like the cockpit. The cockpit jumped right out at me. The little stick and everything. I love cockpit detail.
Yeah, I always like to do that.
The little seat belt.
You know, way back when they used to give appearance points if you had a man in the cockpit.
Oh yeah, back in the 50s, 60s.
I always hated that because the guy would just stick a guy.
Yeah, he only had an egg, like for a head, a golf ball.
I filled up a real nice
Yeah.
and get no points.
Yeah. You gotta learn to play the system like the IRS system.
You gotta play to the rules.
Yeah. Or you can do what I do, just don't care.
Yeah, that's the way I always did it. You know,
Do what you want to do and let the chips fall.
this is the one thing where nobody can tell you what to do. You go to work and you got a million bosses, and
That's right.
when you're down in the
You know what? If you feel like building something that's unusual or fun, I wouldn't hesitate to do it.
yeah, that's for
Just
sure.
do what you want to do. There are no rules in the world of control line stunt.
That's what's great about the sport.
He makes a great pit boss, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
You! You're bossing Gail around. If I was her, I'd throw the handle at you.
See, second
Gail's writing another poem for Brodak's this year. All right, good luck, kid. Give him a launch.
Yeah, can you get a time check, Ken? You got a timer?
You're going to launch him, Gail? Okay.
I don't have a stopwatch.
I'll do it.
I got one here.
Not many women enjoy being greasy, but I'm glad you're one of them.
Oh, you want a time?
Nah, he makes you take all your jewelry off. Surprised he doesn't make you wear pajamas.
That would be novel.
What do you want, a whole time or left time?
Not a whole time.
I'll get you it when it fires up. I'll get you again with it. Oh yeah, remember the pace.
Go for the grass, Paul, the grass.
Hold that baby. Hold it, hold it.
There won't be much damage. It's in the grass. You scratch it? Paul, did you scratch it? No damage. That's good that you avoided the concrete. Paul, what you do when you're going to land inverted like that, assuming it happens, you know, in England, just as it touches down, walk toward it, and the plane will just stop instantly. No damage, right? Good. Excellent. Oh, that's nothing. Jeez, I wouldn't worry about that.
Also, it's too slow as well. Yeah, whoops. You got lines parked on?
Don't be in such a hurry. Relax.
Just as it touches down, just walk toward it and you'll save it. If that landed on a tar, you'd have a lot of painting to do tonight. Good show. Hey, Ken, hold that for him, please. You gotta pull. What happened? It just run into Rich?
No, I don't know. Ran too rich or something, but I'm gonna put it fine up a little.
You may hold it up.
No.
You didn't really hurt it, huh?
Do you want to take the fuel out of it first so it doesn't drip?
No, I'm going to take the tank out.
Okay. No, but that's a good trick if you have to land inverted in grass. Just before it touches down, or just let go of the handle, even better.
Look, Wendy, look. Look at the little fuel.
What happened?
I've got a fuel leak somewhere.
If it's any information, when I was waiting for you to give the signal to go,
Yeah.
there was fuel pouring across the back of it.
You know, if that happens again, Gail, don't launch it. Just let him shut it off, because
there's a tube off somewhere?
There's a piece of tubing.
Gone.
Gone bad, or... Well, we don't know. We're going to pull it apart and pressure check it.
I'm very impressed you landed that without crashing it.
Excellent. And I got it on video for you. I'm sure John is going to want to see that over and over in slow motion.
Give me a towel.
Actually, you know what? Hey, Gail, you're laughing at this, but it's true. That's a good piloting decision when you can come down like that. That's excellent. I've had to do that a few times in my illustrious career. I'm sure Jeff Bobby has too. Land in the grass up there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we've all had to do that.
It's always nice when there's grass around, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know that. Landed many a time on concrete, under power.
Oh, well, we know about it.
Nothing like taking them runners
Let me
out.
check it one time to see if I could pick it up and turn it over, and I thought, nope.
No, if you did that. No.
Paul, is that a 72 or?
No, it's 56.
56. Boy, it looks
Well, a 72 will fit right in.
Well, it had a 72 in, but it wasn't needed.
Oh, okay.
It's just too much power. It was dragging the plane round.
It just looked like it needed to go leaner, a little
A
leaner.
little bit leaner, and also there's obviously
What kind of fuel are you using in there?
15%, 12%. I'm going to go 15.
Yeah, there's too much. You want some Sato fuel? I got a gallon of Sato fuel.
15 here.
All the guys in Texas like that Sato fuel.
spray bar things?
No, it's got a, yeah, I'll put a UHP.
Yeah, the Moons make the Venturis for them.
Yeah,
Nothing happens.
Yeah, it's perfect. He's going to eat, matter of fact, he liked that landing so much, he's going to do a couple more like
I
that.
do hope not.
My heart couldn't take the customs took all this apart, and I reckon
You're kidding.
they
took the motor out too?
Everything twice.
London Gatwick, they took
And excuse me, then 18 team members go to America in a month's time.
You know what you could have done is put the motor in a tank in an envelope and mail it to me in a box on priority mail.
No, they weren't worried about the motor. They were worried about the tank.
Oh, the gas tank. Yeah, it could have explosives in it, yeah.
Well, you tell them you're going to buy a gas tank at Brodak. You could have bought that tank right here. There's nothing.
And probably when they looked in your eyes, they said, this guy is suspicious. You know?
The appearance would have tipped me off.
He talks like a terrorist. So
Yeah.
we better check this out.
Yeah.
What's this model airplane stuff? You know, because they've heard a lot about RC model airplanes.
Yes,
Dropping bombs in. So this is probably
When we
the
get
red flag went up when it.
What?
What happened?
You're going to laugh at this.
Well, maybe we won't.
You're going to laugh at this. You're going to get it on video, aren't you?
What do you think, Paul?
You know what it is, Wendy?
I'll go to my grave a happy man. I got this on video. You haven't had this much attention in your life. Let's see.
I put a long bolt in the wrong hole.
Right through the tank. Look at that, guys. I want to teach you something. And so the mystery is solved. The long bolt goes. Now he's going to try to blame Gail.
That's what Borelli did to his Giesky Noble. He put a
Yes. Well, even if you had a carbon tank, that would happen.
I like the color tubing. It's real pretty.
I'm not going to kiss you if you're covered in fuel.
Yeah, but that tubing deteriorates quickly. That's not good
It's a
silicone.
culprit.
You.
There you go.
You know, I said I changed the bolt because I needed the wrong. No, I just put it in the wrong hole. That's culprit. What's happened is.
You've gone straight through the fuel tank.
You put the bolts in back and it went right into the
Well,
tank.
listen, you might as well put the bolt in there and just screw it down and CA it. This way it'll
Well, you could buy a tank like that up in John's Hobby. Oh, you got a spare tank?
You can buy another one.
No, I don't do that.
That's how the tank works.
No. Don't buy another tank, Paul, for $5 or whatever they cost.
Now, why did it co-invert it? Obviously, because when it was down there, it's sucking air.
Yeah.
It just sucked in pure air through the hole. Okay, just as long as I know.
It's actually good that it shut off because otherwise that fuel would be all inside the plane.
Yeah.
You actually did yourself a favor by having it shut off.
Don't tell him, Windy.
Go right up to the store and buy a fuel tank.
Bolt I should have put in.
Well, then get your ass moving and put the small bolt.
Get up to John's and buy a fuel tank for $5. Then you can give us a demo how to plumb one of these.
Listen, isn't he lucky, Wendy, he wasn't in the start of a...
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, what, remember my Cardinal right
I
now?
do.
Oh, yeah, that's the year I fixed your Cardinal.
Wendy, I got in top 20 because you crashed.
Yeah, because I crashed. You're a bum. Who needs it? You're a little locked in the outhouse again.
Because I thought, I said, Bob, everybody come over and say, hey, you're qualified. I said, what do you mean? Well, Wendy's crashed qualified. I said, whoa, my first nats, I'm excited.
Yeah. Hey, when you crash, you don't deserve to be in the fly-off. As simple as that.
That was a sad day. Is Paul Winter here?
Yeah, I am.
Is Paul, you gotta be kidding me. You don't know who Paul Winter is?
I'm done.
The guys in Afghanistan know who Paul Winter is.
At least
I'm up there and I don't leave any holes under the nose or anything, you know? Make sure you're...
Yeah, watch it. I would...
Because I see you're in a hurry here, you know?
Yeah, this is when you usually put a screwdriver through the nose or something. At least I do. Yeah. Right, so the first half of the Paul Winter show and the second half is going to be even
Look
better.
at the bright side there, Paul. At least you tighten your motor down.
There's no damage at all, and he found something that if this was an official flight, he would not have gotten a flight. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. I have to admit, that's good. But I really encourage you to try to let him, even if he has to take still pictures, and send me the pictures. I'll put them on video.
Beautiful, John.
Yeah, that's great.
I want my lines up just in case you...
Al Raby just called me Friday and wanted to know about doing the checkerboards, and you know, I do them with ink, but when you do them with paint, it's a lot of work. There's Billy Suarez did that whole plane, the bottom of the plane.
It wasn't a Mariner.
Oh, you're gonna go up to the hobby shop now and buy a tank? Is that what you're gonna do?
I'll get a hold of it. Go and probably have a tank in there.
Right, I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'm hungry.
Have yourself a couple of beers. Down a little bit. Let's get him some
We're gonna walk back, check out the barbecue pit. The women have gone, Shelley and Karen, I think, have gone to buy us some food. I don't see Kent's van, so maybe they took his van. Maybe they took my van, I don't even know. Yeah, John has provided some nice picnic benches, which you can see for once these trees. I think there were more trees here, but I'm not sure, but it's really nice. Nice little barbecue pit. Oh, that's nice. We may be making barbecue. And of course from up here I want to show a little panorama of the field. Paul's going to head out to the hobby shop and buy a gas tank. Maybe later today if it rains we'll head out to the hobby shop. I got a few items. I got to get a couple of little items for my little collection. And John always has some stuff. New stuff, neat stuff. Oh! Gee, speaking of neat stuff, Al and Mary Knight are here with the, we got the Greyhound here. About 7 airplanes. The Yak.
Sukhoi.
Same thing.
What's up, Wendy?
Chevy Ford, same thing. The Buell.
Z-Tron.
That is Z-Tron. Oh, we got to see this. Z-Tron.
I had to swap the carburetors out because the itty-bitty servo
It wouldn't turn a big...
was sticky or something.
Just get a bigger servo.
Yeah, I thought about it.
That's really made for, you know, like that application where I'm doing 2 servos is, even that's pushing it a little bit. Pull some G's. That looks pretty cool still.
You're a motorcycle guy, aren't you?
Yeah, Buell's a motorcycle company.
Yeah, I know.
Eric Buell is his name.
He wants to know what that is. What's Buell?
Buell is, believe it or not, one of the most creative motorcycles. They keep the oil in the frame. The swinging arm is an oil tank, and I mean they've got some very creative stuff. And they've managed to make a successful company out of it. I mean, they've sold a lot of bikes.
This guy that was flying this plane, Tom Classen, he got rid of this. He got rid of the Sukhoi last year. He's flying a Yak jet fighter at air shows.
Yeah. Remember the one they had at Lincoln Park? They had a Yak 55. Was that with a wooden prop?
Oh yeah, that was parked on.
It had a tiger painted on the whole fuselage. It was like an air show plane.
It wasn't really tiger paint though.
I don't know what that was.
Up close to it, it was just a lot of mishmash.
I thought it was supposed to be a tiger.
It wasn't really. It was the colors and everything. He wrote tiger, but you got up close to it. It was like geometric shapes and a couple different colors. You know, that's gone now. A big 4-bladed paddle prop.
Paddle prop, yeah, pretty neat. They're very original things, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's a jet. This guy's flying a jet now.
Whoa.
He's flying it's a Yak something or other.
Well, you know, you can buy all this military stuff. The Russians are glad to sell it. They're not going to sell you the atomic bomb,
I
but
heard a couple of years ago they were building Yak 9s again from the original dies and stuff.
I'm sure they have
You
them.
could buy one for $40,000 or something like that.
Wow.
Brand new with a brand new engine.
You know, their engines turn the wrong way, though.
Do they?
Their engines turn, whatever the reason. Watch if you're ever at an air show and they start one of the engines go backwards, yeah.
They're on the other side of the world.
No, I don't know. It's the Coriolis effect or something. Got the dogs plenty of water today, boy. Man, it's getting hot. I got to get some food. Amazing how many calories you burn just walking around out here. Amazing. These dogs look like they're burning calories.
You get a golf cart to get down there.
A golf cart? No, we're going to walk. Who's going to carry you on your shoulders?
We have to get there like in 2 seconds.
No, if you get there late, because the judges made us wait, you get there late or something.
You tell them you know Wendy, then they'll just give you $500 for
Your
nothing.
friend of Wendy's, they'll either kick you out, throw you in the woods, or they'll let you fly.
Take your plane and put it behind the back wheel of a car and back up. So let's hear the story of this motor.
As you know, we ran it last year.
I remember, right.
And it was smooth, but it wasn't all that powerful.
Right.
But what happened this year, I was running it, and I noticed whenever I opened the carburetor all the way, imagine like when your motorcycle opened all the way, just died.
Yeah.
Died. Indicating to me that there's something with the impedance in the intake tract.
Right.
So what I did was I pulled off number 1 cylinder. I mean, the thing was on the bench, and I had to take off the intake runner. These 4 bolts lifted off, and I see a little tiny dent in the top of the cylinder head on the exhaust side, on the piston rather. The valve was crashing into the piston. So during the closing of the valve, the piston was coming up and it was catching up with the valve, which meant that the valve was retarded. I had to advance the cam on the...
Okay, right.
It's 2 cams that are mounted with a plate, driven by a planetary reduction system, opposite engine rotation. That I didn't know till later, because in order to get at that...
I would have loved to see this apart.
I took some photographs of which
yeah.
We had to take the whole engine apart, which means taking off all the cylinders. Then we had to take off these 5 bolts and split the case.
then remove the master rod with its 4 slave rods intact. Then we have to press the crankshaft out because the camshaft is right in here.
Right.
There's a boss here with a pin pressed into it, and a stationary planet turns on that, and that gives you your proper ratio for the cam, the ring cam.
Right.
After we press the crank out, then we have to take the camshaft and index it.
Now, was it wrong from the factory?
From the factory.
They just didn't index it right.
Here's what happened. We found out, we called the importer. It turns out they didn't know that much about it other than the politics. The guy was declaring bankruptcy. The 5-cylinder motor was kind of an afterthought. He made a 9-cylinder, then a 7, and he decided to make a 5-cylinder, and he only made about 100 of them. We figured he just slapped them together, since he was planning on declaring bankruptcy. He just slapped them together and sent them. He just eyeballed the camshaft.
Yeah, he didn't index it.
It would run, but it made no power.
I remember it. How many? God, we were out there for an hour, maybe hours.
Now, that's how I started. One flip.
Really?
Like
it hits one cylinder and goes.
Exactly, because it's 2.4 cubic inches, so each cylinder is what, like a 60?
A 60, yeah. It's 5 60s.
Yeah. So, every time you go through one revolution, you get 3, then 2, because your fire pattern is
exactly.
What's it? 1, 3, 5, 2, 4.
Yes.
And in any case, what I did is before I reset the cam, I measured. I put a dial indicator. This is the lifter for the exhaust right here. You see that going up and down?
Right.
And I put a dial indicator in there so I could measure the exact point before top dead center. I made a mark. And there's no marks in the cam at all. There's no top dead center. There's no centering marks, timing marks, nothing.
Oh boy.
So what I had to do is I had to establish the actual timing by finding top dead center. Then I made up a fixture to hold this in like a little vise, and I put a dial indicator there with a magnetic base so I could see exactly where the lifting started.
But am I right in saying when you get one cylinder right, they'll all be right?
Exactly. Because one cam, there's actually 2 cams, and each one is on a plate. They're mounted about under 90 degrees, but they turn together.
Right.
So once one is set, you reference everything off number 1 cylinder in a radio. Once the thing is set, no problem. It's absolutely perfect. I have to kick it ahead 1 notch, because here's what I wanted to do. You got the piston coming up, catching up to the valve is starting to close, but the piston's moving faster and catches up with it.
And slamming it.
So exactly. It was just kissing it. Fortunately, it didn't bend the valve.
Yeah. If it was off another index notch, you'd be bending up all the valves.
And the thing is, the guy from Germany would not send any spare parts for the engines. 0 spare parts exist. So if you break a valve, crack a cylinder,
you got to make a part.
Or a paperweight. You got either a paperweight or a junk.
It looks like any DeSato parts,
nothing.
Valves, nothing. Huh?
It might be the same. Big deal. See the exhaust pipe?
Oh yeah. So what? You can make those.
I can make them easily. But the cylinders, you notice it side down, pressed right into it.
Yes.
So what I did is I wanted to advance the cam such that the exhaust valve would literally start closing, get out of the way of the piston. So I advanced it. After I established the relationship top dead center, made a mark on the cylinder on the casing for reference, then I advanced it 1 notch on the gear, 1 gear tooth, and that did it. When I started it up, the first thing that happened is the sawhorse was tipped over.
Right. It had no guts.
It's smooth.
It was like gutless. Right. It was gutless. Yeah.
Exactly. So instead of an aircraft engine, it was a Yugo. So after that, you couldn't believe the power it made. I mean, it was just, you could hear the tips of the props singing. That noise you get like with a tune pipe engine. And after that, it became a 1-flip start.
Well, Paul Winter was just flying his Sato 56 in Australia.
Well, how's that worked out, that combination? Because some people actually asked me about that.
Yeah, well, he says it works good, but it cut out inverted. He had put the cowling bolt down, and it went through the gas tank. He switched
so it wasn't the engine's fault.
Well, he says, first he tried to blame Gale, then he tried to blame Sato, then he found out he put a bolt through the gas. Then it was Wendy's fault, then John Brodak's fault. Nah, he knew what it was. As soon as he looked at the bolts.
It went through the tank, so...
It went through the plastic tank, and as soon as he flipped it inverted, it went dead rich and shut off. So,
how did it seem to make power enough?
Yeah, I got on video. It sounded good.
Well, remember, the Red Baron, 77 ounces with a 53 on it.
Paul won't admit how much it weighs. We're going to weigh it when he's not here. We'll put it on a scale. Get a bathroom scale.
You got a scale, right?
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. They're right underneath that.
All right, well, we're going to weigh it when he's not here.
I flew Joe out of Moscow's Polaris, 80 ounces with an AU-53.
Wow, that's pushing it. That's bomber weight.
That's what the B-25 weighs. And two low-jet high
I got two.
on it, right?
Two high compression,
I'll tell you, that MU-53 is an amazing engine. From the standpoint of brute power, it makes more than the Sato 56.
It's really powerful.
But it hates propellers. I mean, that thing, every other flight. I'm weighing on that thing, jam nuts, the whole thing, doesn't matter. 2 or 3 flights.
When it kicks.
Like
a sledgehammer.
It kicks. It seems like when it shuts off, when it goes ultra lean, it shuts off. And I think that last shut off, it pre-ignites or detonates because that engine wants to stop. That piston's going up, it ignites one more time, and it stops.
Right.
The prop keeps going and backs right off.
And all the thread lock in the world isn't going to help that.
Well, I had a jam nut. I mean, I had...
Yeah, like a Sato nut,
a regular wrench, and I put the jam nut on, tighten the hell out of that, then I put a wrench on one nut, wrench on the other, and jam the two together, still come off.
Oh, jeez.
We tried everything, and the OS-52 was similar. Sato, I don't think you've never had a Sato tosser prop, have you?
No, I had one. It split a Randy Smith spinner and a prop. It split both of them because I had drilled a pin.
Yeah, remember I made
In fact, you made the pin.
Yeah, for the...
the pins work great until it backfires. It splits the prop in half. But it shows you how much power you're talking about there.
And the OS and the Enyas are even nastier, but...
Yeah, I believe it.
Power,
A lot of power there.
I'm just thinking, I'm totally convinced if you're going to fly...
I want to see Swindell's plane. What is he going to fly it?
He flew it, was it yesterday? Oh, it sounds fantastic. Just, the thing hums.
Yeah, it's
you're
pretty.
You're going to want to do it yourself.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's a pretty sound. And
But he's got the 40s, but he's still got the 30s in the plane. Is that the deal?
I think when he flew it the other day, it had the 230s. What do you need there? Or did you find what you need? Okay, you got it. Okay, plenty of them there.
Yeah. We seem prepared.
Oh, here's what I'm going to do. You notice the way these exhaust ports...
Can you make a collector for that somehow?
Well,
or rubber tubing?
Just happen to have in stock... It just came in from McMaster. I mean, literally...
Oh, silicone.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's tube pipe tubing. That's in a different diameter.
It's thin wall tube pipe tubing.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip it over here, tie wrap each one. I'm going to bring the 4 down here because can you imagine the cookie mess in here from the oil?
Oh.
And plus the risk of starting a fire. When I was running, I put a paper towel in back of this. Believe it or not, it charred the paper towel from the exhaust. Even with the oil.
Well, 4-stroke is typically a lot hotter than the 2-stroke to run.
Exactly. And so what I'm going to do is I don't want to risk, charring the paint. Or the other thing too is, even if I try to angle them upward forward.
That's a glass cowl?
No, this is aluminum, but I think it might be. It's dope.
It'll dope isn't high temperature material.
No, so what I'm going to do is, in fact, you want to see some other stuff?
I saw the machine gun yesterday. That's pretty cool.
He scratched that machine.
Very, very cool.
I'll show you some. You want to see some neat stuff?
See this here? This is a Proctor?
This is a Proctor tip.
Oh, that's big. I like that it's got the roundels on the bottom of the upper wing. That's pretty...
Oh, yeah, he patterned it after a particular plane.
Yeah.
That he saw in the museum.
Should it be that glossy?
The one he saw in the museum was.
Yeah.
Here's what I did.
Look at the pilot even has feet. Check this out.
Yeah, this is a pilot. Yeah, it's
the pilot's got feet.
Pilot's feet right here.
I have feet. What is that? Eddie Murphy movie? I have legs. The bell crank hits his leg. What do they do? Zip tie his feet up out of the way?
Yeah, that I'm not too sure. I had to see what I did is I made a clamp mount for the tank.
Oh yeah.
There's a strap for the bell crank, and the tank was clamped on that so you can adjust a little bit in and out. And you see this nipple right here? Right. On the real airplane, look on the outside. That's the real air intake on the real airplane. Oh. So I press this brass nipple in here. I'm going to run a piece of silicon tubing right to the carburetor.
It'll be like the real air inlet.
Well, more than that. If it backfires, if fuel leaks out, exactly, or just also this will become oil soaked.
Yeah.
So rather than...
Will that restrict it, you think, too much? Or?
So, because I got some oversized, I got the tubing idea.
And put the next size bigger on top of it, so you don't have a...
Okay, good idea, yes.
Trouble, yes. Oh, I have some good ideas.
Oh, you got a lot of good ideas.
Only because I've had so many bad ones and I know what they all are.
Yes,
that tubing is 500 degrees. That's rated 500.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was in the MasterCard cabinet.
I use that for the tune pipes.
Yeah, and I use this stuff at work.
You can make stingers, that if you need to get the exhaust out of the plane.
So what we're going to do with this, we're going to take each of these, and we're going to run a piece of silicone tubing.
You have to figure it out as you make it, like collectors.
Exactly. And I'm going to bring them all together and tie wrap them to this. And then,
right, this would have had a rotary engine, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But we've never seen one with a radio, a model with a radio.
Some of those mecha guys build them.
Yeah. If you had a spare, 15 grand?
What do you got for show and tell, Pete?
That B25.
You got a soda?
No.
No,
I went down to get water. The damn water's warm.
Oh, no.
The water coming out of here is warmer or colder than what came out of the cooler down there. Yeah, so what I'll have is all the pipes.
Yeah, all coming together and put one zip tie around all of them.
Exactly. One zip tie.
That'll get the mess out of there anyway.
And then when it's being judged, I don't know if they judge that or not. If it is, you can just slip them off if you want. So I was thinking take the tie wrap off and just tuck everything.
Tuck them inside the cowl, sure. Or cut them even with the bottom of the cowl, but they're not, non-scale. I don't know how they judge scale, if they judge the inside of the cowling or something.
No idea.
No.
Pete would know.
No, the point is, if you need it to fly, it's got to be on when you inspect it.
Yeah, but in other words, they wouldn't downgrade you for having an exhaust pipe on it.
No.
If you have a muffler, a real two-stroke muffler.
Right. Get aluminum impedance to the exhaust pipe, so that slips over. Yes, sir.
Those headers won't get 105?
I don't think so. Silicon tubing, this is the same stuff they use on the tune pipe engines.
They get pretty hot.
Yeah, they do get hot. It'll char paper towel. I already checked.
Yeah.
How you doing? Train's coming through town, baby. And you're on the tracks.
61 very tall.
Very cool, very cool. Oh, I'm so tired. I need my youth back. I think you took it, Ruben.
I don't think you'll find it out here.
No. Somebody stole it.
Adrenaline up there.
No, there is no adrenaline. Forget it. Forget it, I'm dead. Keep your eye on this guy. He's got deep pockets and short hands.
All right, watch these guys.
Keep an eye on him.
Here's the thing that all the New York guys are going nuts over. Pre-made plumbing. Just plug it in.
Reminds me of John DeTavio, that thing.
That's plumbing. For your own Uniflow and your own.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And if your toilet clogs up, we got plumbing parts for that too.
We can fix your toilet too. Cal hold-down bolts. What are these? Engine pads.
Les Clement and Rich Jacobone. Les and Rich, if you hear me, I'm pleased to announce we're making great time, so we'll start expert profile in 2 flights. That's about 20 minutes.
That's the U-pad.
That's the U-pad. If you make your way just a little quicker.
What's that?
Just a good neoprene?
Yes.
Profile flyers.
I think that's the small size, though. You need the medium. You need medium. Oh, that's big.
Medium.
Well, I use medium anyway. I don't know what you use.
This is medium.
You need a small.
This is medium.
That's what you need.
That's medium.
Look at it. Really, you're messing your whole hot dog wagon up here. Look at this guy. They steal, it's worse. Am I going to lose these?
What's his name? Kent left these, right?
Yeah, Kent does that. was nice. Oh, these are steel. I thought they were aluminum. Could buy some aluminum washers. You have any aluminum washers, Tom?
Aluminum washers? No, I got some
nylon and steel. I don't have steel and all. Okay. I got a catalog. Okay, so take a catalog. Aluminum washers. You gave me two. I don't think. Microfast yourself. No more. They used to, but they don't anymore. They're these fender washers too. I just tried to buy some from him. He didn't have any. He doesn't carry them anymore. So if you find a source, yeah, I'll take some. I bet you small parts probably has them. Yeah. Of course, they'll be at $5 a piece. $5 a unit. Yeah.
Dog dress. That's mine. Okay, you want to come over here and get it?
Thank you. Thank you.
Your pizza.
One slice.
One slice.
And a coffee.
And a coffee.
And you can't tell us wait till you have one.
Well, if my wife shows up, it's Les's coffee.
That's right.
Les's pizza.
Why is that?
She went to buy me real food. She doesn't know I cheat on her. I'm allowed one slice a day, but I never keep track if it's 2 or 3.
I'm sorry, I can't keep track either.
15. One slice will keep me from passing out of exhaustion. Almost hitting her. As if there wasn't enough with 6 circles of action going. We got a Steelman coming over. I think a J3. Yeah, J3. Steelman coming right over the field. And of course that field is right. We could actually go over to that field later. That's where Paul Winter took a ride in that biplane. We have that on video. And they're going out with the J3, maybe on a banner co-operation.
Horse just like you. Oh, it's a joke.
I'm still asking myself.
There's a joke there.
Yeah, now tell the people the truth. You sent me a picture of some, we won't mention a name, and said, here's a picture of Windy when he was young. I looked at the AMA number, and you know who it was?
Bob Hunt.
Yeah. You thought.
But he had candy apple red nose.
No, mine was buffed out. His looked like sandpaper.
But all I read was he had candy apple red nose.
When I sent that to Hunt, he damn near had a heart attack.
Yeah, let's say I took that 67 when that Italian lady was using that boombox to poke her finger through it. She wanted to take a picture with a patch on it. Well, I didn't remember it. I met you with your big false overcast
Right.
jersey. And I couldn't, I knew.
But even then, you knew I was headed for greatness.
Oh, you better shut that camera off.
Even then, they knew I would be Pope someday and ride around in the Pope-mobile.
No, they knew the popes were Italian.
Who knew?
That's right.
Who knew? Now there's Polish popes.
But see, I'm not
But if you sent me a picture and it turned out to be you, I would say, well, you know,
who's this?
yeah.
That's Joe. Who's that man next to the Pope? Oh, that's Ty.
Well, I remember time.
But he sends me my evil twin brother. Hey, that's unbelievable.
But see, when I saw the picture of you in Stunt News, that old picture, way back when some years, you had that curly blonde hair, and it looked like an older Windy. Well, I found out they both had the same milkman on the same route. Who knew?
Who knew? Yeah. Let's eat. What did you get me for lunch, sweetheart?
What did you ask for?
What do I eat for lunch?
Apples.
Provolone cheese,
Yeah.
apples,
Yeah.
and a roast beef sandwich. You got it all. I got, with women like you, I literally have it all. Just take a minute to show the Banjock Philly Flyers, painted Philly Flyer red. Their mobile home, their motor home, or whatever they call it. Now, we inadvertently, and we apologize, we had called this a dumpster last year. It's not really a dumpster. This is by the way, this paint never dried. It's still sticky. It feels like flypaper. Feel that, Woody. It's like flypaper. God, they didn't put any hardener in the paint. Look at some of this stuff. There's something you really need when you go flying.
You need an electric starter.
Yeah, electric starter for... This is Banjocks.
Oh, Banjocks, right.
Look at how they carry this stuff, how disrespectful this is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We want to have a tour of the Philly Flyers motorhome here. I'm amazed. Look at this. They even take. Look at this. They have peanuts. Holly roasted peanuts. No wonder Banjack's always sick.
Look at the crap he's got in there. He eats worse than you do.
No, I know, but he doesn't have a wife to kick his ass like I do. Where are the women? Let's go eat. Come on, Woody. This food. Look how these women treat us. Look at us. We have our own park bench in full view of 6 flying circles. This doesn't get a whole lot, and the breeze is blowing. We got a little breeze coming in now after a perfect morning. Some of the events are already done, and some are going to be done soon. And then we start the fun fly part of the day, or the rain, and we hide in the hobby shop part of the day. How these women treat us. Check this out. Roast beef. What's Rupert got? Turkey, ham?
Whatever.
Larry's got.
They might not let me have all that. I don't know.
Is this good? This is much better than going away for lunch. In fact, we can open up the hamburgers. We can start selling hamburgers here. The Tom Morris hamburger with a ball link on top or something. Hey! Been rudely interrupted in the fact that Paul Winter has got his plane started. We don't know what he did to fix it so it doesn't land upside down again, but we're going to run back. You notice I'm still chewing my food. He punked out. He didn't go in third. You coward! We're going to see Paul's plane fire. This is really... Seriously, we kid around with Paul a lot, but it really is a beautiful plane. Sato 56. So it flies pretty good. I really did want to get a flight on the video for everybody. Uh-oh, it's going lean there. Don't want to do that. He probably knows that's when it's set. Whenever you set a 4-stroke too lean, in my years of running Satos, and the 91 especially, you would always turn the needle in until it got to the point where it was losing RPM and back out a quarter of a turn. And then when you went in 1 or 2 clicks less than that, it would be very prone to doing what this is doing, overheating, or just going overly lean at the top. But it's all beside the point. The plane itself is absolutely beautiful, glistening in the sun. And Paul, we don't tell you this to your face, but our hat is off to you. We give you a hard time when you're around. And I think your girlfriend Gail is doing a great job of keeping you in balance with the universe. I hope you're going to build some really nice new planes in the future. Now that you have this guy that can teach you how to paint like this, maybe you can teach me how to paint like this too. But take pictures for us. Write some articles when you discover this stuff. Gotta share it. That Andy and Zavante.
Yeah, the original one's still flying. A lot of hanger racks still going.
We're going to go back to the action, check out pit row. See who's hot and who's not. Check out some of them. A lot more people have arrived since yesterday. You make that protest look pretty macho there, Mr. Willard.
Yeah, it is macho.
Very macho.
Yeah, survive a protest, you're macho man.
Plane was fine, but Lou passed out. Lou fell over. Oh, I don't know about that. I better not laugh too loud. To keep my big mouth shut for a while. Oh yeah. I'll curse. I'll pour the curse on my own thing. And there's the rest. The rest has an easy. Mr. Erling's easy. Is that a real one or is that a fake one?
No, that's a real easy.
Wow. Don't see a lot of these around, huh? Of course, I guess because they're not easy.
They're not easy.
Who did that motor up like that? That's cool. Powder coated?
Yeah. Red Fox, he was on TV, don't you?
Yeah, I remember Red Fox, yeah. Very cool. You don't see a lot of these guys. A lot of work putting that canopy detail in there, huh?
Oh yeah, I saw
Spent your whole winter. You did the windy tape, paint it on and forget it.
I got into this drawer that's got all these, you know,
yeah, I hear you.
off relic airplanes.
Yeah, I hear
It
you.
was empty, so.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a good day going. Oh, there's our twin. There's the baby. Coming up on Willis Swindell's twin. We love to see this guy fly every year. He's had this here a few years. He's got 40s for it. There's Sato 30s in it now, but he does have a set of 40s. I love the sound of a bell crank squeaking away. Oh, old bones. That's me. Old bones. Was that the bell crank or your back? Willis's twin looks so cool. I love Willis Swindell's twin. The Heinkel. Very, very unique original plane. Very unique.
40s or 30s?
Well, they could be 56s and still be legal. Doesn't matter.
No, but he said they were 30s.
That could be. Yeah, they're 30s. He already bought 40s, but he hasn't got them in a plane yet. Very, very cool. We will be waiting to see that fly later this afternoon as we wait in pit row here.
They get 3 attempts at 2 officials. 1 attempt at better than the tank he's got one more.
Boy, Sleeping Beauty's got nothing on us, baby. I wish I was taking a nap right now, but trust me.
Where were you? Where were you hiding?
We got a camp up on the field. We had cookout, food. You should have showed up.
I didn't know. I wasn't invited.
We don't invite. You got to invite yourself.
How's Paul's plane?
Cut out inverted the first time. Then he flew it. It was dead lean. It ran for 22 minutes. He's working on it.
We're zoning in on it. I know the feeling.
You know the feeling? You know the feeling. We all know that feeling. We know the feeling.
I had it last night. The Jameson shut off in the outsides.
You know those times at the Bauma, one motor shuts off and the other one just says, I think I'll go forever. Oh, I'll suck out on air.
You were flying here today, or?
Nah. No, Paul's on entertainment. It's great right now. Rules the world.
Now, say you remember I was talking to you about that JU-52?
Yeah.
You want to see what it looks like?
Yeah.
I stuck it together.
How big is this?
Here, last night I stuck it together. It's in behind the tub with me.
Oh man, it's big.
8 foot.
Fantastic.
The next picture show on scale machine.
So when are we going to see this? Next year? I hope.
This year I'm not doing a lot of that stuff that I did do the last few years for other people. I said, man, I've been working on it.
Yeah, I hear that.
And,
but think of that. Someday you'll be
still flying the same airplane.
Someday you'll be famous.
Yeah, right.
They'll come to your funeral like Reagan and give you that trip into the sunset. The trip into Control Line Sunset. Caught this young man stealing a hat. This is John's grandson, Alex. He got caught poaching a hat out of Wendy's van, so I might as well just give it to him. Now, you know, you're the only one that has one of these hats. These are not like having a hat everybody else has. Now you're on part of Bomber Command. So when you email me, you can say, how's the hat?
Okay.
I'll ask you, and if you wash it, you'll have bad luck. If you don't wash it, it's got to stay sweaty and dirty.
Okay.
Then everybody knows it's my hat.
That'll be easy to do.
Okay, Alex.
Okay.
Well, the breeze is kicked in, which usually means it might rain later. Let's see who's flying up here. Whoa! Rick Woolsey. Well, we're doing a little cruising around in circles. Paul Winter's doing some work on his plane. Other than it being pretty hot, it's still a great day. And the breeze actually feels good. I guess it feels better if you're not flying than if you're flying. Now, if you ever want to see just how much wind there is on any given video, what you do is you just put the tape, see where you can see the trees now, and hit your fast forward button for about 30 seconds and you'll see the trees moving. You don't see it in regular frame speed. As soon as you speed it up to fast forward, you see it instantly. I do that when I make the videos that I use to coach myself, and I can tell just how bad the wind was during that flight. Good little trick.
Intermediate now on circle 6. Advanced flyer profile, advanced profile. You'll be flying on one flight on circle 1, one flight on circle 4 with the two stars added together. Advanced profile, you will fly on circle 1 and 4 in front of two different judges, stars added together.
Please do not talk to the judges. They don't speak English.
Yeah, you're over.
Yeah, you're over by 7 minutes, Neil.
What motor?
Now it's a cook test.
Wendy, did you have any of that flight on film?
Yes, and then I just shut the camera off. Too embarrassing to have on video.
It was exciting.
All right, so let's know, what's your sweetie little name, Brodak Staff Sandy? This isn't Sandy Jr., is it? Oh, jeez, what would be the odds of me guessing that? What would be? You're not Heather, are you? Oh my God, it's those two girls on TV, that Paris and that other dingbat that run around with no clothes on all the time. You guys don't do that, do you? Oh my God. God, Heather. What does the shirt say? Music? On the park? All right. What does this one say? Now, if you girls were really cool, you'd have Windy t-shirts on with, Windy's a cool guy, run around, everybody think I'm cool. Doesn't work. Believe me, I can't even fool 50-year-old women anymore, let alone young girls. They're on to me. That's Sandy Bruce's daughter. Ah! You fast forward now, you'll see these trees are moving around. There's a good breeze blowing now. But I don't see anybody not having a good time. Therefore you want, the wind can blow. Doesn't mean a thing. Oh, what was that all about? Not sure he intended to do that. Now Now everybody knows I wish George Aldrich was alive. Loved the guy, loved to argue with him on the phone, and we had some great conversations I wish I had on tape. I don't think there was anybody who didn't love George Aldrich. Everybody knows the Nobler's the actual king of the stunt event. I don't even, in my wildest dreams, pretend to compete with it. But that didn't stop me from challenging George every time and telling him, that Brodak Nobler, the Cardinal will outsell it. And he'd tell me, nah, Wendy, you don't know anything about stunt. You're a young punk. And of course I was. And so what had happened later on, George had passed away, and the Cardinal has outsold the Nobler, but of course not years ago. We didn't remind George of that, but today in the ARF event, I hope you know that the Brodak Cardinal profile ARF is 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
And the Nobler is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
I should have flown your Cardinal.
I should have been on Cardinal.
I'll fly your Cardinal later.
Hey, take a flight on it, yeah.
I got my own.
Oh, you got yours? Oh,
Yeah.
should have flown it.
And I got a trophy already with it.
You got a trophy.
Hopefully,
I think you'll like it, yeah. In this wind, it'll be good.
mine's always good in the
But
wind.
if George was alive, God, he would have loved it. All these ARFs, all these Noblers, that would have made his hat. And then knowing that the Cardinals are winning, that would have made him crazy. We could have sent him right to the insane asylum.
There's some guy with a Cardinal tank shirt here. Says, can I borrow that for my flight? See?
No!
Red hat, red shirt, Cardinal.
From the Cardinals, the St. Louis Cardinals, or the football team Cardinals?
That's the Cardinals, that's all I know.
Yeah, cool. So this is yours and it flies good? What happened? You just put too much fuel in it?
I cut back, I put 4 ounces of fuel in at that time, and it was just too lean.
It was lean. I was photographing some, but I just shut the camera off. It was embarrassing.
Something clogged on the pressure.
Oh.
I couldn't fill it. I had to fill it through the Missouri.
Oh.
Something's wrong.
Something's whacked out.
It only happens at a contest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here you got thousands of dollars in prize money at stake. All those sponsorship awards. You get a free Windy t-shirt. Oh, there's the Cardinal flying now. Who's flying it now? Phil Spillman. This is the Brodak Cardinal profile, the prototype for the ARF.
That was pieces of built to it.
It's already been crashed a few times, hasn't it? Zambelli whacked it. Yeah, it's a good flying plane. I bet they're going to sell a lot of those ARFs.
They sure are. Especially when you look at that smoothie inside there.
Oh, yeah. We're going to go look at that ARF smoothie that's inside.
One of
pretty nice stuff.
had the smoothie and the Cardinal. I said, you must be one of John's friends because you got...
Well, it's only a matter of time before they're going to have ARF Stragers and stuff. That's coming, too.
Well, that Pathfinder there is pretty nice.
Yeah, they're coming. You can like it, you can hate it, but it's coming.
It's going to bring a lot of people into that.
Yep. The fact that there are certain people in the event that hate it, you know it's the right thing to do. The minute they hate it, you know you're doing the right thing if they're against you. Here comes some real wind. Let's see if Spillman can whack it. Oh, look at this guy. This guy's flying pretty good. It's really not his flying skill. It's the quality of the design of the plane. If he crashes, then it's his fault. If it flies good, it's my fault. It's a good breeze blowing now, baby. Feels good. Whoa! Well, there's some real wind kicking up here now. Bill Spillman. Whip it! Whip it! Whip it! Whip it! 2 more laps! 2 more laps! 3 more laps!
Okay, you're going to give me a heart attack.
No, you gotta go another lap! Another lap!
You're going to give me a heart
Oh!
attack.
He goes off into the parking lot. Oh! Check his pulse. Spillman passes out. Look at this. Look at this. He's hunching over. Hey, Phil. I got that on video, too. For $10, I'll erase it. Yeah, I know. Ah, boo. Boo. Constantino gonna fly. Okay, Joel, make us proud. Make us proud.
An arf nobler.
An arf. A barf nobler.
Well, they made a mistake here. All right.
Joel Constantino puts on the gloves for the rematch. Buckeyes, you're up! So you just can't imagine how popular these ARFs are. Everybody's got an ARF. I think we've really tapped into the mother lode of ways of getting people back into the hobby, the sport. It has generated more interest than any other thing I can think of in the last lot of years, not few years, a lot of years. Bringing back the fun to control line. Joel has just reinvented the stunt pattern here to the dismay of Neil Beekman. Well, Joel, I'm not sure that you didn't do the inside loops and the ring over pull out or what? Not sure. Waters, next up in the ARP event, George Waters. Seems like there's a lot of action in this ARF event. Started off with a bunch of entries and I don't see that many left in one piece. They do have a few crashes. Oh, but old George, God bless him, God love him. He would have loved being at an event where they had so many nobles and all painted up like his. He would have just been in heaven had he lived to see this event. And George, if you're up in heaven smiling down on us, hey, we know there's nobles in heaven. And flight streaks, that's for sure. And Fox 35s. what's a side note to this is there are a lot of things in the world, of course. One of them is when I was in Poland in Krakow, St. Mary's Cathedral, the people had actually started building it. The sons finished the job. As far as I remember the story, the father never lived long enough to see the church completed, the second tower, the first tower, whatever the real story is. And that's true of Crazy Horse Mountain too, I think. The sons have carried on the father's tradition. But and in a way, I think about George and I think, boy, to live long enough to see a day where you have an event, almost your own private event of noblers, arch noblers. And you know what it's really done is introduce a lot of people that normally would not take the time and energy to build a nobler. It's reintroduced them to the fun of just having a plane they can just pull out of the car and fly, let their friends fly. Guys come to the field, take a flight, enjoy a flight. It just makes it very special, very, very special. And I'm sad to see that George never did get to see this, but I'm of the belief that we're all someday going to be up in heaven and looking down and seeing what's become of our life's work or the things that we've strived for. And I know George all his life was committed to excellence. And committed most of all to being an honest person and telling it like it is. Not like some of these phony politicians we have now where everything's politically correct. If you did something dumb, George would tell you you were dumb. And boy, do I miss having people like that in the world. That's such a sad thing. Whoa, we almost had two in a row here in the off event. You see the wind kicking these small planes. Well, it kicks all planes. Probably kicks 747s around. Next up is Bob Brookins, the master painter, master of disguise. He's going to go get his wife Elaine in the Pittsburgh airport tonight, and we'll probably see Elaine later on in the week. Elaine and Karen have a real special friendship. They enjoy hanging out together and doing all the things that the women do here at Brodak. They're over there knitting and playing games and talking about what terrible husbands and boyfriends we are. And probably most of it's true. Reward, Mr. Reward to you. Uh-oh. This spells death. When Lou readjusts your needle valve, you know this is going to be a 12-minute flight, so it's going to shut off inverted. All right, Lou. Lou is a legend. He's a great guy. Now we have to see if Bob's going to be glad. Oh yeah, he got it right on the money. See, I take it back. Lou Woolard is an okay guy. I don't care what Brookins says about him over the dinner table. Anyway, we really do enjoy shooting these videos, and we're well over 800 now. And the people that have enjoyed them and do enjoy them, Thank God we have this way of sharing this, because in the whole, oh, look at this action. In the whole history of mankind, and think about this going back to cavemen or monkeys or whatever, how many people have made and maintained friendships by just spending time together, or by doing things together over the years? But then think of how many people have had the chance through language and through letters to exchange letters and become and maintain and grow friendships. And how many people, in the whole history of mankind, there's only been 1/1,000,000th of 1% that have ever had the chance to share their lives, their hobbies, their interests, their sports, through the medium of video, and very soon DVD. So we are among those elite special few. And if you calculate out how many people have ever been born and lived and died, and how many people have ever been able to share a video, or be on a video, well, you'll find out you're in a 1/1,000,000th of 1%. And maybe even more of a small percentage than that, a 1/1000,000,000th of a percent. And you can say anything you want about Wendy videos, like them or hate them, love them or leave them, but we were the first. And probably will be the last, one way or another too. Bob Brooken's a man who probably has 200 Wendy videos in his library that he admits to. In fact, I get a special little enjoyment out of people that I only get to meet at Brodak's or at the Nats, and I'll come up to me and say, yeah, I'm so-and-so, and I've really enjoyed watching you on video, and maybe even learned a few things and shared it with my friends, and now they're doing better, and help make this sport grow. And boy, just look around you, and if you don't think, or if you hesitate to think, John Brodak does not belong in the Hall of Fame, the AMA Hall of Fame, you are just, I don't know where your heading machine is, because it's just pathetic how good this contest is and how much John has personally done to bring Control Line back into the forefront, bring this event, the biggest Control Line event in the world. And you can argue the point all year, it's the, that this guy doesn't show up or that guy doesn't show up, or that it's more competitive at the Nats, but nobody argues that you have more fun at Brodak's. And at this stage in our lives, sometimes I wonder what we need more is a couple more trophies or a lot more fun. Bobby's getting blown around here. Now the truth is, Bob Brookens used to wear those pants that Willard wears. He has quite a few outfits of his own, his Lampion type outfits. And I think Elaine, his wife, is the one that made them, but I'm not sure. Anyway, one of the guys always did a nice demo down in Texas for us. We'll be doing a demo here, I believe. Bob Brookens. There's some fabulous custom cars, restored John Brodak's El Camino, among other things, or Ranchero, whatever they call it. Well, what a guy, Bob. Our hats off to you. These things seem pretty durable. Now, I've seen quite a few of them have a minor crash. Hey, a minor.
That's the first one this one's taken.
Okay, but that's...
Got quite a few plates on it.
I got that on a 10,000 frame a second video. It's in slow motion.
Slow it right down.
I can slow it down and watch the point of impact.
No, I said before they...
Nah, we don't like to see crashes, but when they occur, we'll take them.
I got a little nervous there. I forgot to tell you.
Well, hey.
We'll fix it and be back.
All right.
They probably...
The entries they have here. Holy mackerel. They're using 2 circles, right?
Yeah.
2 circles.
So...
Whoa.
So John...
Whoa.
The first time,
Unbelievable.
I mean, it was terrible, but he got it. The time of the hourglass was 5 p.m.
These are ones Warren's making, or are you making them? You're making everything. Everybody invents these things, and poor Jerry's got to make them for life.
Jerry invented it.
Oh. Warren Brodak.
Asked if he could make them.
Oh, okay.
Yours are prettier.
No, a lot of guys have made stuff.
See what it says? The original.
How many things, if I could collect the commission on, do you think they'd be here?
Yeah.
Trust me.
This is the only thing for me that's original. It's the only original thing.
Well, you know. If you're Bill Gates, you only need one original thing. You know, if you invent Microsoft, you're okay.
90 billion later.
Yeah. Well, I'm not quite up to 90 billion yet. Working on my first 100, I think.
Do you see that partner he has? He's funding Burt Rutan on going.
This is a good thing. I think Kent uses this to do, and he does 100 lines a day on his.
This makes it easier. Makes it a one-man job.
Yep. Since Kent's been in business, I haven't wrapped the line. I don't even have eyelets or wire anymore. I have Kent's phone number, and I need him right away.
Hey, you know what Bill Gates' wife said to him when he asked her to marry him?
What?
She says, I don't do windows.
Yeah, hey. I want a prenuptial agreement. You're not marrying me for my money. My wife's prenuptial agreement, I get everything no matter what happens.
No matter what happens. You're right.
Win, lose, live, gain weight or lose weight. It's all mine, anytime, day or night.
There you go. You know, I'm always right. Don't forget it.
That's right.
That's real, kind of
You guys are just hoping it rains, I can tell.
We're praying it rains.
You're praying it rains, so... And
we know it rains.
Because you're under the tent, you're thinking all these guys like Windy that don't have a tent. Ha ha ha. So little do they know. Little do they know God is on my side. It will not rain today. As God is my witness, I'll go hungry tomorrow.
Don't tell anybody, Windy, that's a cardinal.
Deviation.
I deviated.
It's a deviant. You're a deviant?
Deviant, yeah.
And you admit it's a cardinal kid? At least we got one honest guy at the whole meet.
That's true.
So here's the way it works, gentlemen. If it flies good, it's a windy cardinal. If it stinks to join up, it's his design.
It's a deviant.
It's a nobler.
It's a deviation, but deviant
From me? You would have got the windy discount. Oh, man.
Cancel it from John.
Cancel it, yeah. Go tell John you cancel it because Windy's giving you a discount. See if he likes that. I'm ready. We've got so many ones I want to test out. I try and bring it someday if I ever get a G34 to plane on a small window, I think it'd be interesting if there's twin engines. No, the G34s that I set up, they run like... Now we got the GV up, Ted Heinrichs. There was a year, I think, a couple of years back, we had two GVs. We had a black and yellow one, and of course the one we all know, the number 7. Needs more side area, Jim. Nah, nothing has as my van doesn't have as much as my rudder. Ted is one of the Philly Flyers that always has some cool planes and is always cool to be around. We had the Bearcat that we put the Sato 72 in with one mounting bolt or something one day. I don't remember. We did something crazy. And it was exciting. it say? You better watch out for Wendy. He's probably pick your pocket when you put your hat on.
No, he didn't say that.
You gonna fly tonight?
Yeah.
After we get all this contest stuff over with?
Yeah, I'm gonna fly again.
I want to get you on video. I want to make you famous. You'll be famous like me someday.
Oh, cool.
The cops will come into your house. They'll check you out. Maybe you don't want to be that famous.
Yeah, that's not that.
That doesn't even sound right.
So, I know I'm gonna fly again in the competition. You have 2 flights.
When is the competition? Tomorrow?
No, I have another flight today.
What time? Well, why don't you make sure you get me so I can get your flight on tape?
Where are you gonna be?
You flying a Cardinal?
No, he's flying a flight streak.
That's the competition! We don't fly flight. That's George Aldrich's plane. Boo! Cardinals, Cardinals!
I can't afford it!
You can't afford it!
No!
You need a Cardinal. You tell John, Cardinals only, no flight streaks.
Does it fly?
Sure. You'll have muscles like me.
Cool.
You'll be cool. And the girls, when you walk around, women will just look at the back of your legs and go, ooh, God, is he good looking.
You're scared.
You'll know they're talking about you behind your back. Put that hat on. Let me see how that hat looks. And don't you dare wash it. That's got Wendy's sweat on it.
Okay.
Wendy bullets and blood.
Yeah.
So you're part of Bomber Command now.
Yeah.
One of the prototype smoothies that you'll be able to buy ARFs already built. This is how you'll get it. You open a box and the wing will be built. Tip weight box will be in. Belt crank will be mounted. Bob Palmer smoothie. Tail will be done. Fusey. This nice. Rebooter wingling. How cool is that? That will be good. That will be great. Really nice.
The infantile belly flutter. Oh look, we're all on here. And is that Bud? Like